In this video, we'll discuss the components of the program and how to adjust the imported data. As you can see up here, these are the main components of the program. Now we'll stick to Model Master. When we click it, you have to see these tabs: Surface, Model Edit, and Model Manipulation. If they're not apparent, we go up here, Panels, and we could select them from here. If we go to the Surfaces tab, you could see all the surfaces that are apparent in the viewport are listed here: the mandible, maxilla, and occlusal data, all according to its assigned color. I could toggle the visibility by clicking this check box. By clicking this checkbox, only the visibility will go. If I want to delete the data, I simply click the X, and all the data will be removed. If I want the data again, I have to import it again. Now, if I want to work on the mandibular data and design a crown at the molar, I see that the maxillary data is interfering, it's in the way. So I simply go and toggle its visibility, and now I can see the mandibular data more clearly. Now I have to clean up the model by removing all the unnecessary data. There are two ways to do that. The first is I have to first select the mandible and go down here to Cut. If by accident I selected the maxilla, I go down here and see the cut is not highlighted. That's because I've selected an invisible model. So I go back, select the mandible. As you can see here, the cut is highlighted. I press it. Now the cursor here has changed from an arrow to a plus sign. If I deselect the cut, you could see that the cursor returns to an arrow. So I press the cut, go near the model, hold the left mouse button and draw a marquee around the unwanted data, and then simply remove your finger from the mouse. You could repeat this to remove all the unwanted areas as you could see fit. While cutting, if I want to move the model in the viewport, you could see that it doesn't move. That's because the cut option is still active. So I simply deactivate the cut option. The cursor will return to an arrow, and now I could move the model. The other way to remove the unnecessary data is go to Tab Model Edit. First, I have to select the model, which is the mandible. Go to Selection Brush tool. Press Selection Brush. You could see that the cursor did not change. It stayed an arrow. But if I press Shift on the keyboard, the cursor will change to this circle. This circle represents the brush size. I could decrease the size or increase it according to this slider. If I press Shift, then the left mouse button, and keep pressing on the left mouse button, I could paint on the model this red area. Then I press Cut Selected Areas. Now it's gone. Clear selection is when I accidentally selected an area and don't want to remove it, so I simply click Clear Selected Area, and the selection will go. The other set of functions include the Holes Closing tool. If we have a hole in the model, the intraoral scanning software usually closes all the holes during scanning. But let's suppose that this model has a hole. In order to do that, we have to create a hole, then learn how to close it. So we go to Selection Brush, press Shift, left mouse button, and select this area. Now press Cut Selected Areas. Now there is a hole. Here I press Select Holes manually. Now all the holes are outlined by yellow outline. If I move the cursor above the hole, the outline will turn red. So I select it, then press Close Selected Hole. That's it. The last set of functions is under the Brush tool. Here, Smoothing, Add Remove, and Local Deformation tool. These two sliders control the size of the brush and the strength of the brush. The more I increase the strength, the more smoothness happens. The less the strength of the brush, the less smoothing happens. If we select smoothing, press and hold the left mouse button and move it around on the object. The next function is the Add Remove function. If I select it, press Shift and hold the left mouse button, here I will add to the model. We can use the Add option, especially in cases of undercut. As you can see here, if we press Add Remove, Shift on the keyboard, and with the left mouse button, I tap it slightly, notice that the undercut is gone. I could also smoothen it. If I press Ctrl and with the left mouse button, I could remove from the area, as you could see here. In this case, we have a depression. This can be corrected easily by adding material, press Shift, left mouse button, and tapping until the depression is gone. And I could smoothen it a little. The last function is the Local Deform tool. If I select it, when I place the cursor over the model and press Shift on the keyboard, the cursor will change to this arrow. This arrow indicates the direction of deformation. If I click and hold the left mouse button and move the mouse to the right, there will be a remove function. But if I move the mouse to the left, there will be the add function.